Hello, everyone. Welcome to the February 2022 TCNewTech Pitch Night. We are so glad that you're here. I'm Jennifer Zunko. I'm the Executive Director of TCNewTech, and we are broadcasting live from the 20 Fathom offices in Traverse City. It's our mission at TCNewTech to create a community that can pool its skills and resources and make a difference in our region. And you can be a part of our ecosystem by becoming a member, participating in our events, or investing in the startups that will pitch here tonight. Every act of generosity counts, and everyone has something to give. All you have to do is scan one of these QR codes to join or apply to pitch. And we want to give a shout out and a welcome to the group of people that are our fans over at the Workshop Brewing Company in Traverse City that are watching this event live from there. We're so glad that you've taken the time to join us, and we are eager to return to an in-person event, which we're convinced that March will be that time. In the meantime, if you want to connect with other people, you can introduce yourself in the comments, and you can let us know where you are watching from and make some connections online. You can do that through the Facebook chat or the YouTube chat. And you can also post relevant community announcements. We want to hear what's going on, so you can invite us to get involved in your organizations too. So we have 4 startups pitching their emerging businesses tonight. They're all fascinating, so listen closely to each. They will pitch for 5 minutes, and then we will ask for your questions. You can add your questions into the chat at any time. When the presenters have finished pitching, you'll have a chance to vote for the one you feel has the best chance for a successful launch. We'll give you the phone number and the code for you to text to. So now, oh, there we go. Everything's gone. I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to bring on Sarah. And another thing I forgot to tell you, while you're at while you're over at the workshop, if you purchase a Shop Light beer, $1 goes to the Pour for More Foundation, and TCNewTech is a grant recipient. So cheers to you guys drinking Shop Light over at the workshop. And next, I'm going to turn this program over to Sarah Hunt. She's a longtime founding member of TCNewTech, and she also is our connection to the board, to sponsors. So if you're interested in sponsorship, get a hold of Sarah. So go ahead, Sarah, you can take it over from there.
Thank you, Jen. Wish we were on stage today together, but here we are, sharing a room. We would like to just also invite you to become a member. There's more than just sponsorship to join in our TCNewTech community. We are a nonprofit that is powered by our generous support of our community itself as members and as sponsors. If you'd like, you can join us at $20 a year if you want to scan the code. I think she might have passed right by it, but here you go. And get a nice t-shirt just to show your support and your joining of the TCNewTech community. Next, we have our Bar Hopper app that's coming to you. If you want to see what's going on in the local bars, the lounges, wherever you're traveling, just to see what's happening, the vibe in the city you're visiting, this is the app to check out. And we're really thankful for their generous support for the full year of 2022 as our main sponsor. And once again, RJG has come to support our pitch prize as the presenters will be taking stage. You can vote, and they will be generously supporting them with a $500 startup prize.
And next, we will bring on Michelle Howard. She is the director of the Traverse City Area District Library. And she's going to give us a little update on a project that they've been working on that's really cool.
Great. Can everyone hear me and see my screen? Uh-oh. Can you hear, Sarah, can you hear me and see the screen? Yes? Yeah. Okay, I'm getting a head nod. Okay, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen because once I share my screen, I can't see everybody. So I'm going to go back unless I hear something different. So just wanted to say thank you, Sarah and Jen, for having me here tonight. Tonight, I'm excited to do this public service announcement for the Traverse Area District Library, which we always call TADL. And so you'll hear me say that tonight. And our big idea tonight that we had a while ago, thanks to so many people here, including Heather Brady, our marketing manager, who's watching in the background, is that we had an idea engine, or what we call mobile library, or we like to call a bookmobile. So as you know, I'm the director. I've been the director for 2 years. I love what I do. I love the library. And I've been a librarian for 28 years. And there's one thing I can tell you is that librarians pride ourselves in answering questions. But there's one question that we cannot answer. Who will have the next big idea? And our goal as a library is to provide free resources and provide access to things that inspire curiosity so that someday anyone in our district could stand here and pitch a world-changing idea to all of you. So let's watch a quick video about the library. So what are we asking tonight in our PSA? Well, of course, we would certainly welcome any financial support, but tonight we're here for another reason. We want to know what is the magic behind all of you, your great ideas, the things you came up with, your pitches, because what made the difference? We're hoping to recreate that magic in our bookmobile. So you could put it in the chat, you could write it on a bar napkin and just tell us what it was. Was it a book? Was it a movie? Was it some Legos that finally fired you up? And we want to try to recreate that for our community. As you see, we have this premise. I've talked about it. You'll see this on the side, the premise of access for all. And you're going to see in this little video here, one of our regular 3D printers. And we recently acquired an SLA printer, 3D printer. And that's pretty cool that we know people can't afford. And the video is about to show. We have puzzles, we have games. Here's Notre Dame. That's what I'm showing you with my camera. That's Notre Dame coming out of the SLA printer. Just great stuff that we hope to inspire people with. Our current status is that we received a grant from Rotary Charities and Assets for Thriving Communities that gets us on the road. And we're gradually building as we can afford to this library, to the mobile library. And we'll put out people everywhere we can, wherever we're wanted, as much as we can. We have a whole team of librarians. So when the bookmobile goes out, there'll be professional staff on it. And we hope to someday raise enough money to provide a part-time outreach person. And we're really excited. We, of course, have key metrics. So we'll be measuring how we're doing. We'll change things if we have to. We'll know if people are utilizing it. And we'll, of course, just ask people, what gets you excited? So finally, wrapping up, we would love to have everyone along for the ride. Our website is right there. My email address is on here. And we would just love to any ideas of what made you the creative person you are. Send it to us on a Barn app, like we said. And I think with everyone here listening and people who will watch it afterwards, that perhaps this 5-minute presentation might change into ideas and resources that could change a lifetime. Thanks for having me, and good luck to everyone pitching tonight.
That's cool, Michelle. Maybe we can bring the bookmobile to the next TCNewTech event.
Yay, I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Thank
Okay,
you.
well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Great. Well, our first pitch presenter tonight is Ruth Smith. She's from Wall Technologies, and she will be describing what their discovery was, which is called Snow Grip. Hi, Ruth.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you again.
Hi. Thank you.
Are
Well,
you ready to take over?
I am ready.
All right.
My name is Ruth Smith, and I'm a coward. I'm afraid to drive on snowy and icy roads. And one day I was traveling up 131 and it was snowing and the roads were slippery. And I turned to my genius chemist friend, John Walls, and I said, John, why can't you make something to put on the roads so that the ice and the snow won't stick to them? And he said to me, well, if roads were rubber, I could. And I thought about that a minute and I said, but John, tires are rubber. And that started our 6-year-long journey to where we are today. I'm going to show you a small video here about how Snow Grip works.
Before applying Snow Grip, make sure the tire is clean and clear of any pebbles and stones. Once the tire is clean and fully dry, feel free to apply Snow Grip liberally using either a brush or spray. Cover the entire tread and into the crevices and allow it to completely dry. Snow Grip is best applied to windshield wipers using a clean cloth and also needs to dry completely. Snow Grip. The colder it gets, the harder the grip.
I'm presenting to you a patent which was filed on April 16th of 2019. In summary of our invention, Snow Grip inhibits snow and ice buildup and increases traction on snow and ice-covered surfaces. Snow Grip can be applied to tires, wheel wells, wiper blades, power lines, solar panels, telephone cables, gutters, walkways, rubber mats, even to shoes and boots, and many other applications. Snow Grip reduces acceleration and braking time by 50%, and it lasts for 8,000 miles before reapplication is needed. It has been tested extensively, over 600,000 miles on 68 vehicles, including cars, trucks, and vans. Our miles from application, after applying at 1,072 miles, acceleration was 3.9 seconds and braking at 30 meters. At 3,223 miles, acceleration 4.1 seconds and 32 meters braking. At 5,468 miles, acceleration 4.3, braking 33 meters. At 7,807 miles, acceleration 4.5 seconds, braking 35 meters. And at 8,865 miles, acceleration doubled to 8.1 seconds and braking to 73 meters. Snow Grip acceleration from 50 miles up to 50 miles per hour with 3.5 inches of snow requires 290 feet or 88 meters. But with Snow Grip, it finishes and starts up to 50 miles per hour in 39 meters or 122 feet. Deceleration from 50 miles an hour down to stop in 3.5 inches without Snow Grip 250 feet, with snow grip 105 feet. Snow grip has been patented, it's been proven, it is production ready, and we have manufacturing and fulfillment are procured. What we need is marketing and distribution. Please feel free to contact either John Walls or myself for further information or with any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Excellent job.
Thanks for sharing with us, Ruth.
Thank you
So
for
you
having me.
mentioned you were looking for some connections with marketing. Is there anything specific that you didn't get to ask for while we wait for some comments to come in from the audience?
I'm sorry, anything else that I need besides looking for marketing? Well, we're hoping to find distributors.
Okay.
You know, people that want to carry the product. We don't really want to get involved into building up a business. We have a company lined up that is going to do all the manufacturing. We have all the raws procured and all the procurement sources, and so that we can have the continuing procurement going on. We have it right from being made all the way to fulfillment and being sent out. We just want to find people who would like to distribute it and market it themselves.
Great. Joseph has a question for you. Do you have a third-party independent verification test for the performance claims?
Yes, we do have, and I need to tell you, I am so sorry. I'm an idea person. John Walls is a awesome chemist, and he came down with COVID last week and is unable to be here for this presentation, and he is our fact guy, and he knows all of those details. I was the one with the idea, and I was the one that just kept pushing and pushing until we got there. So some of those facts are going to have to come from John Walls.
Great. So Devin is asking, who's your target market?
Oh, anybody who lives in where there's a lot of snow. Now, one thing about snow grip, and as we said, the colder it gets, the harder it grips. The coldest places you can find are going to be awesome. And it works, you know, at 30 degrees. It even works for hydroplaning on water on roads. But we're going to be targeting mostly, you know, Canada, Montana, any place where there's a lot of snow. It is actually being sold right now in England.
Okay.
And that's the first place it started up because John Walls has a lot of contacts overseas. He's spent a lot of time in Germany and has a lot of acquaintances from overseas. So we don't have anybody in the United States yet.
Okay. Looks like you're getting some interest from our comments. So we'll share more there, Nick and Kaylee. Russell is asking, what are the environmental impacts? Is it safe?
Oh my goodness, yes, 100% safe. And it is eco-friendly. It is, I mean, you wouldn't want to drink it, but it's very safe, and it's very safe for your tires. In fact, it even seems to extend the longevity of the tires slightly. You'll never see it once it's on the tire. The tire looks real shiny when you put it on. Takes about 15 minutes to totally dry, and then you're good to go for 8,000 miles. Okay. And it's actually very good on your tires. Some people say, oh no, it might eat the tire, but not at all. It's good for the tires, and it's environmentally friendly.
Joseph is asking, is the product currently being sold?
Not in the well, that's not exactly true. It's being sold at Mr. Jim's General Store on 8th Street in Traverse City. And that's the only place we have it right now. And anybody who wants to buy some can come on in and get it. Other than that, it is being sold in England, but nothing in the United States right now.
Okay. Well, do you have competition out there? That's what Joseph's asking again.
That's a really wonderful question. And actually, we have none. There is one thing on the market that will last just to get you out if you're in a real bad situation where you're stuck in deep snow and you've got to get out of a situation. To approximately 50 miles. There is nothing on the market, anything at all like this, and it is patented. So we've got it.
Okay.
That's cool. Also, when you are done here, if you would put your email addresses in the chat, and we'll share that with everybody.
Sure. Okay, I will.
We've got time for one more quick one. Any impact to the manufacturer's tire warranty? That's a good one.
I'm sorry, I have no idea on that at all. I can't imagine they would ever even know what's on there because there's no way you can tell. Your tires will never look any different at all, except for while it's dry and they'll be a little bit shiny. There would be no odor, there would be no residue, nothing of any sort. So I can't imagine it would impact the warranties on a tire.
Quick question. Investors needed. Mark's wondering.
Yes, we need investors.
Okay. Well, Mark, connect with her in the chats. We're going to drop her emails again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Ruth. We'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh. There we go. Next up, we have, do you want to introduce John?
Yes, John. John will take the screen. Hi, John.
Hello, Sarah, Jennifer. Hello, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so introducing Tappy Technologies with John Petros. Would you like to take over now and introduce your presentation here? Thank you.
Excellent. Looks good.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is John Petros. I'm the founder and creator of Tappy Guide, where we specialize in smart city and mobility solutions for people with disabilities. So we created a first mile, last mile transit problem for people who have disabilities. So for instance, we can help provide wayfinding solutions for people who are blind and low vision, deaf and hard of hearing, and wheelchair users as well. And a lot of times when people talk about transportation, it's getting from point A to point B. But how does someone locate point A, and then what happens after point B? So we are that solution, wayfinding both indoor and outdoor navigation. Personal background about myself. Graduate from Wayne State University with a degree in electrical and computer engineering. Spent about 14 years in automotive, where my area of expertise was vehicle telematics. Some also background about myself. I have family members who were born with disabilities, brother, sister, and 2 cousins who were born blind. And the idea of Tappy Guide came to mind back in 2017, before my sister got her guide dog. She was taking a rideshare platform from the mall to her apartment complex. Now, unfortunately for my sister, long complex story short, she was dropped off and stranded in an entirely different location, and she didn't have any ways of navigating where she was. Fortunately for my sister, her roommate was home. She shared her location via Siri. And right when that happened, we had an idea. I said, okay, ideas or problems like this have to happen a lot more often than not. So that's when I decided to step away from automotive and focus and develop Tappy Guide. So last year, actually in 2020, we were fortunate to win the Ford City One Challenge, where we partnered up with Ford Motor Company and the city of Austin, Texas, to launch a pilot where we wrapped up last year. So we launched pretty much all throughout 21. We went well above and beyond expectations. Now we're continuing to work with the city of Austin for expansion. And now my next step is to basically expand locally here in Detroit in my backyard. So how does it work? So essentially what we've done is we've created a virtual-based volunteer call center where our volunteer agents receive 2 live data feeds from the user's cell phone. So the first live data feed that we receive is a live cell phone feed to understand what the real-time environment is. And then the second data feed that we receive is a live GPS view to understand where the user is in real time on the map. So if I'm to use this test case as a scenario, if my sister is visiting downtown Austin for the first time, she's traveling via their public transportation system and she wants to visit the museum. Once she exits the bus, she's at the stop. Now she needs to figure out where she needs to go. So she dials in. We're able to see what her real-time environment is, where she is on the map, and we can guide her toward the museum. And then we can also take it one step further by providing her indoor navigation as well. So as I mentioned, wayfinding, helping the blind and low vision identify intersections, bus stops, safe sidewalks, signal timing. We can help the deaf and hard of hearing communicate with other individuals of the area and then help notify them of sounds in the environment sounds in their areas, helping wheelchair users identify accessible ramps, accessible sidewalks, and then also for those who require special accessible parking, van parking, or regular accessible parking, we can help them notify those spaces as well. And then also trying to help businesses, so grocery stores, malls, shopping malls, sporting venues, museums, airports, and hotels become more accessible, and also helping individuals locate building entrances and exits, ramps, elevators, restrooms, so on and so forth. So although we've developed Tappy Guide for people with disabilities, anyone and everyone can pretty much use it. senior citizens, tourists, out of towners. So if you're visiting Traverse City for the first time, you want to check out some new places, you're really not sure where to go, you're not that tech savvy, dial into our call center and we'll be able to help you out. Also looking to work with transportation companies, both public and private, to help them become more accessible for those who need it. And kind of what sets us aside from everyone else is we're bringing back the human element. So to use my sister's, her unfortunate situation as an example, she's lost, stranded, she didn't have anyone in and around her area. So having that comfort of someone being able to speak to and ask detailed questions and get detailed response is what we feel that separates us from the rest of the pack. So our revenue model, pretty much, we're based on working with government entities, universities, real estate development companies, sporting venues, charging them basically it's an onboarding fee and a subscription fee. We can help them become more accessible for all of their customers and their participants in their area. So as I mentioned, our volunteer based, we are volunteer based. Our call center is all volunteers. What we've done is we've partnered up with the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, along with the Detroit Disability Power Network, and they've helped us create a 3-hour training course that all of our volunteers must go through. So it gives the opportunity for people to learn about disability sensitivity training, diversity, inclusion awareness, and most importantly, helping someone who has a disability. So currently, we're always looking for more volunteers to build our volunteer base. We currently have a little over 100, and then also looking to expand into different cities to try to help other cities, just like we did for Austin. As I mentioned, I am working with some other cities here locally, trying to expand in those areas, trying to gather as many city resources, and then also looking to connect with more disability organizations as well, because that kind of helps us with our outreach. So I'd like to thank everyone, and I open the floor for questions.
Great. Thanks for that presentation, John. We're going to wait for some comments to roll in, but was there anything else besides the 2 asks you had? Oh, actually, we have one popped right up. Devin is asking, what cities are you currently in?
So Tappy Guide pretty much works anywhere and everyone in the world. The challenge behind that is we require GIS, so graphical information system data, from cities and municipalities that's not readily available to the public, which helps us provide a better user experience for our users. So it'll work in Traverse City, it'll work pretty much anywhere. But in order for us to provide the best information, is having those affiliations with cities will basically help us gather that data. So right now we only have GIS data for the city of Austin because we have that relationship and that partnership with them.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. All right, Joseph's asking if there's any interest from foundation support.
Yeah, so we one of the things is we with the launch in Austin, we did partner up with a lot of the organizations down there, and that's the other thing. So now we're trying to expand to work with other disability organizations as well. Detroit Disability Power being one of the first here locally in Michigan, and we're looking to expand beyond that.
Okay, so Devin's now asking, do you foresee any issues with privacy?
Yes, there is. So just like every other app, we have all of our volunteers must go through the certain requirements for them to agree for a privacy policy. We don't share any information with anyone. We store and record all of our calls so that we make sure that the agents are not stepping on the line or doing anything that they should not. So we have all that stuff recorded and stored on our servers.
Okay. Well, we have a question. Do you have feedback from the National Association of the Blind?
Yeah, so we actually work with the National Federation of the Blind Austin chapter. We do have some of the quotes that we did deal with them, and they are one of our majority of their users from down in Austin. And we do have we're looking to work with the NFB Detroit Association shortly this year.
I have a question. Is there a certain size of a city that you are looking to participate in? Like, is there a max or a minimum population density?
No max, no min. We can support all of them.
Cool. If someone wanted to get a copy of your slides, because they were kind of text heavy, and could they just email you or call you?
Yep, shoot me an email and I'll gladly send the slides over.
Great. Well, if you are looking to vote for Tappy Guide, it will be BB once we get to our voting. And I think we can move on to our next presenter. It looks like all the questions are there. There's a couple of notes here in consideration with the comments that you can follow up on, John. Thanks. All right, next we have a quick announcement from Eric Roberts. He's on the other side of the hall, but we're glad to be in the same area with you, Eric. Thank you.
Sarah, thank you. Jen, Sarah, thank you. And I cannot wait for March so we can get back in person again. But
We agree.
awesome job, Ruth. Way to step in and step up in your partner's absence tonight. John, super cool solution too. So I think we're off to a really good start. And the audience, great engagement. It gets harder when it's digital like this. So thanks for jumping in and engaging. Just a couple of announcements I want to talk about. One, you've heard it from a bunch of people for probably 2 or 3 months now, but you've got to block your calendars for Northern Michigan Startup Week. It's coming. You're going to hear a lot more about it at TCNewTech Night in March, but do not, like I darn near did it. My wife almost put a vacation right on top of that week. So it's now in my calendar, May 9 to 15. I'll wait. I'm just going to wait for the next 90 seconds. No, I'm not, but May 9th to 15th, mark your calendars. It's like in working with the team, there is so much going on that week, and it kind of keeps growing every week. So by the time it gets here, it's going to be a phenomenal showcase of Traverse City, the startup arena, and everything that's going on here. So please, please, please put that in your calendar right now. Second thing, I just want to remind you that our space over at 20 Fathoms, in fact, you can see behind Jennifer's shoulder, I think we mentioned it once before, we partnered with a local artist up in Elk Rapids, who's got her artwork up in our place right now. It added an amazing amount of color. It really, really jazzes up the place nicely. She's got a sort of a promotion thing where she's being really good to us, and anything that she sells in the month of February, she's donating half of it back to 20 Fathoms. So it's a way for you to get some artwork on your wall and to benefit 20 Fathoms. So love to have you come in and take a look at it. We're in the process. We've got it scheduled now. I believe it's either the last week of February, first week of March. We're moving some of our furniture around. We want to optimize our dedicated desk space to the bay view out front, and dropping power down from the ceiling. So we've got a few improvements inside coming as well, to jazz the place up a little bit. So just look for that coming. We can't have, it's COVID. We can't have, 100 people show up, whatever. But if you're ever in the area, I've said this to people before, just stop in and check it out. We'll happily show you around. We'll put a mask on, make you comfortable, whatever, and just see how awesome the space is becoming. We're really proud of where it's going. And then last thing, just a reminder, it's almost a public service announcement, but it's intern season. I really think it's important. We got to try to help interns both at NMC and at other colleges. There's a lot of kids that come back home to Traverse City in the summer looking for internships. You got to pay them a little bit, but it's really a pay it forward service. The fact that those folks can get some amount of experience with you and your business is doing them a gigantic favor. You obviously are going to get some productivity out of them as well, but it's an amazing program to get an intern in. It really helps launch people, their careers. They take their education, they can view it in light of a business that's actually working. So it's an extremely valuable thing. So reach out to us if you want. We can connect you with some people, but really don't forget, and it's the season. Don't wait another month or two. There won't be a whole lot of interns left. In fact, we did a promotion that we announced a couple weeks ago at 20 Fathoms for all members of 20 Fathoms. If you want to get an intern for this coming summer, we'll put them in here free in a desk. They can occupy a desk for the summer and come join our space. So we're trying to really incent people around town to jump into the intern pool, because it's really important for all of the kids and the young adults. So that's it. Sarah, Jen, thank you so much. Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you, Eric. We might see you over at the workshop later.
Yeah.
Next up, we are moving on with our pitch presenters. We have Elka Lipa, which she is the CEO of TSRL. TSRL is a tech accelerator for the pharmaceutical industry, and you have a new product that you're going to tell us about today, huh?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And I want to talk to you today about hang on one second, there we go, about a novel, whoops. Can everybody see the screen now?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
About a novel, painless, self-administrated drug delivery patch that is designed to overcome difficult or painful or inconvenient administration of drugs and allow for better outcomes in patients. The first product opportunity that we're pursuing is to solve the drug delivery problem of a flu medication called zanamivir. We're talking a lot about COVID these days, but the flu continues to be a very severe seasonal and pandemic disease with upwards of 650,000 global deaths in pandemic years. And this drug, zanamivir, in the product Relenza, which is depicted here on the lower right, is a dry powder inhalation product that's difficult to handle, and it's actually not allowed to be used in people that have any type of lung conditions. And so the commercial performance of this product has been very poor. And as you probably know, Tamiflu, an oral medication, is kind of dominating that space. With our new microarray patch solution, we are able to deliver this potent drug in the background continuously over 5 days. We licensed this proprietary technology from Queen's University Belfast in the UK. And the way it works is depicted on the right-hand side here. You have drug-free hydrogel needles that are inserted into the skin. There's a drug reservoir and a patch behind it. The needles swell as they take up fluids from the skin and allow for continuous delivery of the drug over 5 days. At the end, you remove the entire array, nothing is left in the skin, and the needles are no longer sharp. So we can apply this to all the patients that are currently precluded from use of that drug, and also use it for prophylaxis in the household setting. The antiviral, anti-flu therapeutics market is quite large, actually, at 1.7 billion, but there are only very few products on the market, and Tamiflu is commanding in the US 80% of the market and is a global market leader. With the improved delivery of zanamivir, we believe we can capture up to 50% of the addressable market, which would generate peak revenues of upwards of 300 million. We will not leave it with just the flu product. This is a platform technologies, and we have a number of other products in the pipeline that we're actively working on. One is for incontinence, one is for lung infections, and one is for cancer. All of these are approved products, and the micropatch delivery will basically increase efficacy, reduce toxicity, and improve patient outcomes. We have a very streamlined product development path that we discussed with the FDA. It's an abbreviated regulatory strategy that will allow us to get to registration by 2026 with just one phase 1 and one phase 3 clinical trial. We've invested about $500,000 of our own funds and secured NIH funding of $3.6 million thus far, and are awaiting another $3.3 million within the next couple of months of fundable grants. Our addressable market partners are basically investors and strategic partners, healthcare investors, mid-sized pharmaceutical company, or large contract research organization that specialize in patches, as well as the government for stockpiling for the flu solution. So we're currently raising 10 million. This will be divvied up in those milestones that are listed here. With the pending grants, we plan to complete the phase 1 clinical phase as well. And that would be our inflection point where we'll attempt to exit with either an acquisition or a strategic partnership. If we choose to continue to raise another round of 30 million, this combined 40 million will then essentially get us to launch, which is a very cost-effective path in the pharma market, and that would be an exit upon market launch. We have an experienced drug development team. Most of us have previously worked at the Ann Arbor Pfizer site and stayed in the local ecosystem. We've got all elements of manufacturing, toxicology, clinical, pharmacology, and formulation, as well as regulatory covered. Our leadership team is a female leadership team, and I'd like to point you to this interesting Forbes article at the bottom here that entices investors with a 63% higher return on investment if you invest in a leadership team that has women on board. And with that, I'd like to open up for questions.
Well, thank you, Alka. So we're going to wait for some questions to come in here. Was there any questions that are asked that you did not get to bring up that you might be interested in sharing with our audience at this moment?
I think for the most part, we're looking for the funding round. We're also looking for potential expert that can help us with the manufacturing process. This hasn't been manufactured at a larger scale. There's currently only one microneedle product that's about ready to be launched. That's a drug-coated steel needle. So the manufacturing is a very novel approach.
Okay. Well, Joseph's wondering, how well does this perform across different skin types, like such as thickness?
Yeah, you try to find a spot where that doesn't differ very much with body weight. So one very preferred round is here on the inside of your hand. Some spots underneath your arm tend to be also very similar in skin thickness across people of different sizes.
Okay. Russell is asking, what other drugs or products could this work with? Any potential COVID treatments?
Yes. So anything that, the sweet spot for this microneedle is compounds that are usually not available in tablet format easily. And, we can also do potentially antibodies and vaccines, but it's really for something like remdesivir would stand to benefit from a microneedle delivery for COVID.
Okay. Well, our next question from Ben is, are there any partnerships you've considered to move things along faster other than the funding?
Yeah, so we're in discussion with, we get most of our traction with kind of mid-sized pharmaceutical companies. So for, the larger pharmaceutical companies would probably in-license such technologies themselves if they were interested. So mid-sized companies, we had 3 companies that expressed interest. And then the larger contract research organizations that make patches, they like to own the IP ultimately, so they're also potential strategic partners.
All right. Any sponsorships?
We currently don't have that, and we're looking.
Okay. Have you pitched any angel groups that's resulted in any investment?
I have pitched, and we're still in conversation. We have not secured investment yet. It's a little bit, the race is a little bit too high for angel groups, and I feel the investors that have healthcare experience are maybe a better fit for us than the typical angel.
Okay. Last question. Mark has a fun one. Would this work on pets too?
We've put it on a rat and we put it on a pig. So the answer is yes.
We have people in our audience probably with those pets. All right. Well, thank you again, Elka. I think we're going to move on to our next pitch presenter. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
Once again, if you have any questions, people will follow up here via email, and you can follow up in our comments as well.
Reese.
Thank you. Yes, Reese.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Reese.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Bring up your slide here. Well, everyone, this is Reese and his Agognis.
Good going.
Good going.
Good going.
Good going. Yes.
All right.
Going.
All right.
All right. With Oxen Games, do you want to follow up with your pitch presentation? I apologize.
Yes. Okay. Can you see everything and hear me? Good.
Looks great.
That's good.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Reese Gagonis, and I'm the CEO and founder of Oxen. Oxen is an educational gaming company that's reinventing scientific engagement with compelling, enlightening video games. Now, misinformation is killing people, and it's trying to kill people like you. A lack of understanding of this complex interaction between the immune system and vaccines has unfortunately, as we can see now, led to the rampant spread of misinformation, leading to the public mistrust of vaccines. And all of this jeopardizes future non-COVID vaccines like influenza. But all of this starts with high school education. If we can better prepare students earlier on, we can help them make more informed decisions about not only their health, but science as a whole. And clearly from the 60% passing rate on the AP, students need help. The first step of this solution to enhancing vaccine and scientific knowledge is infection defense. Infection defense is a video game that pits the player directly against pathogens, really cementing understanding of how the body's immune system protects. Neutrophils, macrophages, vaccines, They're not just words in a textbook anymore, but now they're essential sentinels in this game against time and invading viral horde. Inside the game, you're brought into the skin just as actually any immunology course would present the immune system, and deadly pathogens enter through abrasions in the skin, as you can see over here on the left. But you can send in this macrophage to phagocytose the enemy and release cytokines. You can then use those cytokines to induce the inflammatory response and signal in neutrophils, mast cells, natural killer cells, all to the infection site to defend against the incoming infection. You can also consult the medical handbook and understand how to defeat the infection, and instructors can actually add personalized questions to incentivize their students. And then you can visualize these complex mechanisms to really understand all of your enemies, all inside a cross-platform video game. And a common question that I get is, does this work? And in a study with over 400 participants, we saw a 40% learning improvement in just 20 minutes. So the US test prep market has an expected growth of about 10 billion over the next 4 years to a total of 30 billion in 2024. And 19% of this total market is high school exam prep, and the sciences make up about 30% of all AP. Biology specifically makes up 20% of that, with a total of 130 million market value. And currently, many students are using these standard text-based test prep, and clearly this isn't working. And with the growing amount of science information that students must memorize, different tools are required for student learning. So Oxen wants to disturb this test prep and really provide an engaging experience that incumbents currently are lacking, and what really can help students, especially right now. And so we know that the game is engaging because the teachers and students that we've worked with have said so. And with only $150 cost of acquisition, we reached 25 different schools, about 1,200 students, in only 3 months. And infection defense is just the beginning. And we know that games can work for all sorts of different STEM concepts. So in the beginning, we're going to release different games, each covering a main concept on the AP biology, achieve steady growth, and then move into other abstract science areas like chemistry and physics. Eventually, we're targeting Kaplan to acquire us, given their past in acquiring over 20 different companies. And much like many students, I wasn't prepared coming into college. I was first generation and really struggling. But my first semester at MSU, my biology professor deployed an engaging approach. And it really influenced my love for biology and my grade achievement, graduating with honors from the Honors College at Michigan State. And so I've gathered a strong collection of these individuals here to ensure that this product is accurate and ready for consumption. My goal is to engage students just as I was. So let's disrupt educational engagement and provide students with an experience that's needed so that our next generation can reason scientifically and think critically, skills that ultimately could save a life with Oxen. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you.
I'm going to play this in the background.
Seeing that for some reason makes me want to sneeze. I don't know what it is. It's just an automatic response. I had to hold it back. I have a teenage daughter, so I can completely agree with you on all these aspects. We do have a question. How did you measure the learning improvement?
Yeah, so we just basically administered pre-test, post-test, 2 different groups. One group got just an article about the exact same information, actually the same graphics. And then the other group played the game for 20 minutes, and then they both took the post-test. And I'm going to go back to this because it's kind of slowing my computer down.
Okay. So our next question is, would this game be available as a phone app?
Yeah, so I specifically designed it or the platform that I used is capable of going cross-platform. So you can actually right now play the demo right on my website. And I don't know if I can put that in the chat or not. I think I'd have to go on Facebook, right? But yeah, so you can play it on the computer, and you can play it on the app. You can play it on, whatever, iPhone, Android, really anything.
Okay. John has two questions. What is your target age group, and also what is your target price?
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in there. My target age group right now is high school and middle school students. And the reason why is because there's so many games for younger students, but there's not really a lot that are geared towards high school students. So that's my main age group, and more difficult concepts.
Okay. And the price point you're looking at?
Yeah, so right now it's free. Eventually, I'm going to make some slight adjustments and then move into charging. I don't know, with it next year, I'm hoping, or next school year rather. And for about like $4.99 for access to the game and all the other features that encompass it.
Would that be a monthly charge, $4.99?
Yeah, so right now it would just be, for this game specifically, just full access, $4.99, you get the game. I'd like to move into a subscription model once I get, more games out there, more other concepts, kind of per semester.
Okay. What software did you use to create the games?
Yeah, so I used Unity. It's a great software, and it really helped me out a ton.
We've got time for a couple more. Ben is saying gamification is currently used by several organizations to train students and employees. So what differentiates this product?
Yeah, so I really specifically designed this. I think there's a ton of games that are just kind of, I like to call them like flashcard games. You're not actually playing anything. You're just seeing moving things and looking at like words to memorize. This one's different because I went through an immunology textbook, and I designed the game directly off of that. So the functions of the game are the exact same as the functions of the immune system. So whatever's happening in the game is something that would likely happen during an infection.
Okay. All right, last question from one of our board of directors at the moment. Ben Marshall is asking, do you have younger students on your roadmap with similar concepts?
Yes, I definitely do. Like I said, older students I'm targeting right now, like older as in middle, high school. But the game is actually very modifiable, and I've used the game with younger students, like in elementary school. So yes, the answer, totally. I'm going to be exploring much younger audiences.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing more, and good luck with the voting. We are going to move into a little quick announcement here. So thanks again, Reese.
Yep. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, see you at the end. All right. We have a quick announcement coming from Camille Hoisington on her position as the Director of Ecosystem Development for Traverse Connect. Congrats, Camille, on that. I did not know that. I'll see you at the next meeting. There you are.
New position.
Hi.
Hi.
It's been so long since I saw your face. Nice to see you again.
It is really lovely to see you both. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, Sarah. All right, so I won't take too long. I just want to let you all know that it's that time of year again for our annual Scale Up North Awards at Traverse Connect. Traverse Connect's Scale Up North Awards, it's all about bolstering and encouraging the scalability of our businesses here in the Grand Traverse region. And they're all about recognizing and celebrating the vibrant and varied companies doing business up north, their achievements, their impact on the community, and the year-round economy. So our applications are open right now. The deadline to apply is February 18th. It's a Friday. So who should apply? So if this fits your business mold, you should apply. Businesses in the technology, creative, manufacturing, traded industries are strongly encouraged. Your business has to demonstrate a commitment to growth and scalability, and it must offer year-round employment opportunities in our region. And then it must also be a for-profit company and be headquartered in one of the 5 counties of our region. So Grand Traverse County, Kalkaska, Antrim, Leelanau, or Benzie County. So you should consider applying. Why should you consider applying? Let's have a look at the prizes. So there's 2 award categories within Scale Up North that your business can apply for. The Emerging Business Award is focused on supporting new local businesses in the startup phases of growth. So less than 5 years in business, with any amount of revenue and with at least 3 full-time employees. And the prize for this award is valued at $23,000 in cash and in-kind services. And then our second award is the Scaling Business Award category, which recognizes existing scaling businesses with demonstrated growth. Eligibility criteria for this includes 5+ years in business, revenue in 2021 greater than or equal to 500K, and then up to 150 full-time employees. And the prize for this award is valued at $41,000 in cash and in-kind services. So here's a quick timeline of the awards this year. Some dates to note. Remember that application is closing on Friday, February 18th. The application takes about 30 minutes to complete. And so then after several rounds of opportunities for the companies to showcase their work and to get in front of the judges, the final event will take place at City Opera House on Thursday, May 5th. You may be wondering about who some of our past participants have been. So previous year's winners include Taste the Local Difference, Schwartz Brewing, Interactive Aerial, and Tentcraft. And you can learn more about past participants and more about the application process, find FAQs, check out our judges panel, all at traverseconnect.com/SUN for Scale Up North. So that's it. I really encourage all of you businesses out there to please apply for this year's Scale Up North Awards. And I'm going to leave you with a video, which I think, Jennifer, you have queued up and ready to go. So thank you all and good luck.
Great. Now it's time for the voting.
The fun part.
Yes.
Let's give away some money. So for your favorite pitches tonight, please text to 203-529-8755. You can text AA for Wallace Technology on the Snow Grip product, BB for Tappy Technologies, CC for TSRL Inc., and then also for their last one is DD for Oxen Games.
Yeah, so we've got Josh from AK Productions. He's our producer in the behind the scenes, and he has started the timer for the voting. So we just have a couple minutes, and while we're waiting for that, got a couple announcements for you.
Some important announcements.
Yes.
This is what makes the show go on. We have our supporting sponsors as well. Michigan's Creative Coast. We just heard from Camille, and we're really excited about all the things that are happening there. Thank you for your support. Of course, Lisa Baker, my other half, my other MC on stage usually, Access Point HR. She's there to help you with all your HR needs. Thank you, Lisa. And Susan. Susan has been a great supporter of all of our community needs, and especially this community, for a very long time. So Susan has an ask if you can scan and compare her rates. Thank you, Susan. And last, our SCORE mentors. They're behind the scenes all the time helping our pitch presenters, mentoring them, as well as being a part of our community on stage and in our audience as well. Thank you all. And to our in-kind sponsors, of course, 20 Fathoms, Michigan's Creative Coast, Elevate Net. We have Boho Marketing now, who is overseeing our social media. Thank you, Sarah Beth. True Jobs, and Aki Productions. As she just said, Josh has always been there behind the scenes making the show go on. Thank you, Josh.
Let's see how the results are going.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yep, just a minute left. So there were some great pitches tonight, and we always put together a press release and a blog post the day or two after this event with all the contact information. If you didn't get it today, you can always play back these videos on YouTube or on Facebook or on LinkedIn. But if you're real eager to contact any of our presenters today, then please feel free to send me an email, executivedirector@tcnewtech.org, or reach out to us on social media or through our website. So, boy, this looks like we may have a winner here, and only 6-7 seconds left. Reese, I hope you're still sticking around.
He's playing video games.
Yeah.
Hey, Reese.
I'm playing,
There he is.
I'm playing video games over here.
Congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope to. I wish it was in person. I wish we could have. We all could have done it in person, but this worked out just fine. So thank you for having me, everyone.
Maybe we can hear your success story. Invite you back for our annual Michigan State Takeover theme or something fun.
Yes.
Yeah, you might want to mark, as Eric said, mark down that first
Startup week.
Yeah, startup week, May 9th through
Okay.
the 12th, because we got some university pitches going on that week.
We'll clue you in on those as well.
So your pitch prize money is coming from RJG, which is a global mold injection company here in Traverse City. That it's all in one, and they do a great job, and they're so supportive of our community and the startups that exist here. So
Thank you to the sponsor.
thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right, and congratulations, Reese. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Okay. Some more thank yous. Go ahead.
Oh, once again, Bar Hopper. It's kind of fun to see this app in person. So once it's fully launched, you'll be able to experience all the, hopefully, bars and lounges is the idea, and be able to see what's happening inside, feel the vibes before you jump in the car and head over. And this is the fun part. We have a reminder that there's lots of job opportunities in Traverse City, and that's what we're here to do with TCNewTech, is create job opportunities. So jump on our job board and see what's going on there. See if there's something that interests you. So that's it. That's a wrap. Congratulations to our winners. And we'd like to see more on stage, hopefully March. So join us, pitch. If you want to present your idea, go ahead and scan that code right there. And Jen will tell you a little bit more on how to join us.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and continuing to come back. And we'll see you all over at the workshop in just a few minutes.
Great.
Have a great night.
Bye, guys.